Ah, what a beautiful Minecraft day. Hold up, wait. What day is it? Oh, day 2000. I can use this to get views on YouTube. Okay, well, anyways, enough messing around. Basically, I've been away for a very long time, if you haven't noticed at all. But, I have a good reason.
It was the fact that I fucked up my recording software and I recorded hundreds, I don't, no, not hundreds of hours of footage. I recorded a lot of footage and it was all fucked up.
Now, it's day 2000 and I thought I'd pick up recording again because I don't know, I like this world and I want to post shit on it. So that's what we're going to start doing. Anyways, last time I played, I was creating this villager setup, which is insane because that was so long ago. I have a mess of stuff here. We're going to ignore that. But all these villagers, these are my villagers here. Um, they're orphans and they've been in here for a very long time. But we're going to ignore them. This here is a sugarcane farm, which is the only addition I've made to the mega base, which is kind of a shame. I wish I'd done more to it, but I was doing other things. So yeah, this is the sugarcane farm. I have a decent supply of sugarcane right now, but that is definitely not the most important thing. By the way, if you haven't noticed, this is just a world tour. I'm just going to go around and show all the things that I did do, some of which on recording, some of which not on recording, but it doesn't matter because none of that footage ever got edited or has ever been or will ever be edited, so it's gone forever, deleted from my computer. Oh, and if you're wondering why I never edited any of the recording that I did on this world since the last episode, it's because it all looked like this. Yeah, shit, I know, right? That's what I was thinking. So yeah, anyways, moving on to one of the more recent things I built was this slime farm here. I actually have a bunch of pictures of things I was doing because it was a huge, huge project to make this. This slime farm is actually really interesting because it's a slime farm above ground in a slime, slime, in a swamp biome with, it's just classic slime spawn in here, go to the thing, go through the portal, go into the nether. We'll see the nether side later, but so this is basically the story about how I built it, right? So I started off by placing down all of that dirt, which took a very long time. Then I went and grew a bunch of trees on said dirt to make it into podzol, which was very, very dumb, might I add, because it took so long to cut down all the trees. Here are some pictures of me cutting down the trees and suffering as I attempted to burn them down. Then next, I believe I placed all of the mushrooms in, which took another gazillion years to do, because holy crap, it takes so long to get brown mushrooms without a farm. I probably should have built a farm so I could have just AFK'd to get the mushrooms, but you know how we do it here. We never build any farms. That's a lie. I build a lot of farms. So yeah, we placed down all the mushrooms, then I placed down all the mushrooms. Then I put the iron golem in the center and slowly but surely placed all of the slabs in for the roof. And then once that was done, built that tower way up in the sky, and this is my slime farm. Works pretty good. The slime farm was important to do for my next project, which is going to be this giant area here. It is going to get blown up down to bedrock, which should be fun. This next farm here was built earlier than the slime farm, but isn't as eventful. It's just Enexo4's shulker shell farm. I use a lot of his farms. They're so good. It's ridiculous. So this is a shulker shell farm. Use this to collect materials for a lot of different things, and it's great. I mean, we'll see the nether side as well in that. It's pretty simple to build and whatnot, and definitely recommend going and watching Enexos 4 video on it. Next thing, I guess we'll go over here. This was a failed mob switch that was one of the first things I actually built when I started playing in this world again after about 6 months of hiatus. And it failed, and so it definitely made me not want to play anymore because of how long it took to get all these guys in here, and then just to realize that it doesn't work like it used to, and these guys don't count towards the mob cap, and it's useless, so that's fun. Yeah, so next is this giant thing here. I'm going to make a giant perimeter so I can just have a cooler spot to put farms in. I've also always wanted to make a huge perimeter since I did it once in a multiplayer server, um, which all got deleted and I never recorded. So I really wish I recorded that because it was one of the coolest things I ever did. So I'm going to do it again in this world because I feel like it. Next, I guess we'll go over to the tree farm, which is here. This is a design by, what the heck's his face? Logical Geek Boy. A couple bone things there. But this design is great. I kind of messed it up and had to put Obsidian here so it didn't blow up. But yeah, great tree farm. Uses TNT duper to blow up the trees that you place in here. It's pretty simple. I mean, you just turn it on and then step in here, place the things there, and it grows and gets blown up. And then I ran it for a little bit, not too long, and it's just ridiculous how much wood it creates. Yeah, so my wood supplies are good forever, which is important when you have a hardcore world like this. Um, Next, I guess we'll just look at some of the older farms I have because it's a world tour. Oh, by the way, before we do that, I have a funny clip from when I was excavating this hill here. I'm gonna just play that now.
Yeah, probably like 11 teen.
No, it was during chapter 1.
Was it in Cleven?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh.
No, 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 no.
Dumb.
Yeah, so basically I lost a god apple while mining down this hill, which was very dumb. And then, by the way, that hill there is terraformed. I'm pretty proud of it. I think I did a pretty good job blending it in. But the inside of that part there is like completely hollow. You can tell because it's all dirt, not stone. So yeah. Back to, I'm going to be a mess this video, honestly. I'm just running around looking at all the things I've built in this world. That's the goal of it. So this is the witch farm built in, I think, like the first 100 days or something. If I remember that correctly. I don't know. I don't watch my own videos. My videos suck. So, yeah. Witch farm, super cool. Works with the mega base because when I'm up there, witches spawn down there. Love it. Fantastic. Amazing. The iron farm, also from the first 100 days. I want to build one of these things around the iron farm and around the witch farm at some point to really tidy it all together, make it all look like it's actually part of a base and not just a bunch of random farms all over the place. Next, we're going to go into the nether side of spawn chunks, which is kind of impressive. This was actually the last farm. There's the slime guys. Look at them. Slimes. It's not, the nether side isn't the best, but that's not what matters. Okay, anyways, this was actually the last farm I built on camera when it all looked sideways, to say the least. And this was, after I finished building this, I was like, I'm gonna edit videos finally, and I started to look back and I said, oh my god, all of these are bad. Every single thing I recorded is half the screen is cut off. So I was like, that's it. I'm not recording anymore. I'm done with that. I'm just going to play in this world and not record any of it. And then eventually I stopped playing in the world altogether, which was a real shame because I've done a lot of stuff in this world. So yeah, this is a piglin barding farm. I was using this to get soul sand for the absurd end project I had planned, which never came to fruition, obviously, because it was ridiculously insane. It has to do with the wither skeleton farm. I teased it in the killing 100 withers episode, or whatever it was. Was it 100 withers? I don't remember. I killed a lot of withers, but I basically said I was going to cover the end island in beacons, but that never really happened. I got not close to it at all, but I will show you some more of that when I go out to the wither skeleton farm and stuff, but that's not important. This is the backside of the shulker shell farm. Pretty simple. Once again, Enexo 4 design, ridiculously overpowered. I don't even have it running anymore because I just have infinite shulker shells. This is the back end of the slime farm. The slime farm, I kind of just created it myself based off of watching like 5 minutes of a video by, I think, Il Mango, who had discovered the mushroom trick, and I was just like, oh shit, I'm gonna make one of those. So I did. It's not really like, it's a good farm, like it makes a lot of slime balls and stuff, but it's not really anyone's design. It's kind of just like my own design based off other people's ideas, and it works, I mean, as you can see, pretty dang well. And I have like even more in my ender chest. Like, I have an entire shulker box of slime blocks, so it works really well. Do I recommend building one? I mean, maybe. It's kind of better than building one underneath ground, but I don't know if it's worth it because it just takes so long to place all the mushrooms, place all the blocks, cover it up. But, you know, it works for me. Also, I love wasting time, so doing this, I don't regret it. Next, we have the gold farm, which I don't know if I actually ever put in a video. I might have, but this was one of the farms I think I started right. Like, this might have been the first farm I was working on when the video started getting messed up and looking sideways. I keep saying sideways, but it was more like it was cut off. So yeah, this thing is pretty damn good. It's half a farm. I didn't do the other half because I'm lazy, but it still gets an insane amount of gold. We can see the other side of it in a bit, but I want to go to my favorite farm, which was part of the reason I started playing in this world again when I built it, but it is the Stacking Raid farm. This farm is another ENXO4 farm because I love that man and he makes insanely good videos. This Stacking Raid farm is by far my favorite thing I've ever built in this world, at least farm-wise, because it is ridiculous. I mean, it's massive. It took me a good amount of time to build, but I actually built it because I built it on a multiplayer server and it wasn't working. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to build it in my hardcore world and see if I can't get it to work. And it works insanely well here. It doesn't work on the multiplayer server, but works insanely well here. I mean, I love ENXO4's farms. He just makes the best things. It's ridiculous. I mean, look at all these emeralds. This was like not even that long of AFK time, and it just pumps out emeralds. It's ridiculous. So yeah, definitely my favorite farm. And the funniest thing is, I actually have 2 raid farms in this world. Anyways, this is the pillager outpost I go to get Bad Omen and whatnot. Look at all those dummies down there. But more importantly, this was the first raid farm I built in this world, which again, I recorded when all the footage was cut off and messed up. But this is a design by, who is it? Razeworks, and the tutorial I followed will be linked in the description. But I wouldn't even bother using this one. Just use ENXO4's design. It's insanely good. Like this one, I got a bunch of totems from. I used it to just fill up a bunch of chests with totems. But it's good if you want just a small raid farm. But if you want big amounts of emeralds and huge amounts of other loot and witch drop loots and stuff, definitely build ENXO4's, because this one is just obsolete now. Just because ENXO4's, 1, is like easier to build, and 2, it's just better. It's just strictly better. Just build ENXO4's. It's just better. But I'll link that one in the description as well, just in case, you know, anyone wants to build 2 raid farms like I did for some reason. Let's go to the end so I can tell you the story of my failed project to fill the end with beacons. Which, one, I obviously knew was ridiculous. I just didn't know how ridiculous. But yeah, so this here was the system to reload the end platform to get obsidian, because I needed obsidian to craft the beacons, right? So this was my my way of doing that. Once again, this farm design is by, I don't remember their name, but it is by this person on the screen right now, right here, right now, right there. Let's just hope I find them in editing. But yeah, chunk loader here loads the chunks. Once I go through here, you will see. Once again, I wish ENXO4, who now has an obsidian farm, made his farm design before I built this, because I built this one, and obviously there's no wither in it anymore. The wither is gone. I built this. The wither is more than gone. Let's just say stuff got a little bit messy. I built this one before he created his video, and I really wish I hadn't, because his farm design is probably better. I kept messing something up when building this farm, and I had a world download, and I kept looking at it over and over again, and something just wasn't right about it. Because the way it worked was there would be snow golems here, and the skulls from the wither would break the snow, and it would get funneled up. Here's the last guy.
Help me!
The remaining guy. It would get funneled up into. Let's go, if I can get over here. It would get funneled up into a dispenser that is no longer there, which is kind of funny. Oh no, here it is. It would get funneled up into this, and then this would shoot the wither and keep it blowing up the platform as the snowballs from the guy in the overworld came through. As you can see, it was insane at one point. I had all of these chests and stuff collecting obsidian, and then it blew up over and over again. And I think on the third or fourth time it blew up, I just said screw it, I'm not doing this anymore, and stopped collecting obsidian. And it also blew up all the way down here. So the funny thing is, that wither, I have no idea where it went. It could just be off in the abyss of space forever, or it just fell down into the void, which is probably the more likely option. But yeah, so withers just kept blowing up and stuff, and these were just some chests, and I was filling up shulker boxes and stuff. I actually think I had a shulker box filler here to fill up the shulker boxes, which, that one's empty, I stored in here. Now brace yourself for the most absurd amount of obsidian you will probably ever see in a hardcore world. I had so much obsidian that it's not even funny. Like, I was collecting so much obsidian. And the crazy thing is, I think I needed to finish this one and fill up half of this one to have the amount of obsidian I needed. In this chest alone, there is 76,032 obsidian. And that's just that. This one has a little bit less than that, but still, I have a lot of obsidian, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with it now, because this project is not happening anymore. But yeah, so that is basically what happened here. War crimes were committed against withers, and they got mad and blew up a large chunk of the spawn area for my end, which I will fix. I'm going to do something with this eventually. I don't really know. Next thing I did in the end was ignore that tree. That was, just ignore it. So yeah, another thing I did here, if you can't tell, is I killed the Ender Dragon 20 times using ENX04's Ender Dragon killing method, which was going to be a boring video anyways, just because of how I did it, because I didn't actually fight the Ender Dragon that many times. I just cheesed it, which is kind of dumb, but I mean, it was fun. I had fun. Recording it was, you know, simple to say the least, but yeah, it was an experience, and I'm just happy that I completed the end, because it's something I hadn't. I think I maybe did it in another one of my worlds, maybe not, but yeah, it just looks cool, and it's nice to have them all. And I'm probably gonna respawn the Ender Dragon again just to get another fight in, because I haven't fought the Ender Dragon in a very long time. But I mean, oh, he's mad at me. And then down here we have the Enderman XP farm, which I still use every once in a while. Like, it's a good way to get XP. Well, when you have 790 levels, it's not great, but you followed me down here, really? It's impressive. I'm proud of you. Jesus. Commitment. Next, I believe we are going to go to the last farm I have, I think. Once again, a lot of the time of the 2,000 days I actually spent at the Wither Skeleton farm trying to collect skulls for the end project, which never happened. So when I go to this, to the Wither Skeleton, why am I going in there? When I go to the Wither Skeleton farm, just prepare yourself for the most ridiculous amount of oh! Plot twist, plot twist, plot twist. I have one more thing to show you before we go there. It's really dumb and didn't work, but still it's still something. Okay. Let's go over there. Also, it's raining, so I can use my trident. This guy. Fun times here. So this was my attempt at building a mob spawner on Halloween. So I have like one Halloween guy in here. I named a bunch of things Pumpkin Boys to try to get a bunch of pumpkin boys, and as you can see, This did not work. It got me one guy, and that was it. And I was extremely upset by it. But I mean, what I ended up doing was way cooler. I actually went over to the Wither Skeleton farm and just got a bunch of pumpkin guys there. So I'm gonna go over there now. Now that you have context to why there's a bunch of guys wearing pumpkin skulls, jack-o'-lantern heads over at the Wither Skeleton farm, and now you will know. And we are finally here. 4,000 blocks away in the Nether lies my glorious Wither Skeleton farm, which I AFK'd at for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. Here are our spooky boys from Halloween last year, which shows how long it's... Oh, look at that, and they're coming in now. Shows how long it's been working for. But this farm, I mean, is great. Once again, Enexo4, his design, truly a spectacular farm designer. I changed the sorting system to, I don't know, whatever the hell I could find on the internet, and, you know, have just a bit of bones, just a bit of coal. But the fact that I AFK'd at this for so long gives me a ridiculous amount of just, like, everything this farm produces. I actually just cleaned out a lot of this stuff, specifically some of the bones and coal, to make room for more. But, I mean, just, as you can see here, I have just a few Wither Skeleton skulls, and if you think that's a lot, allow me to introduce you to my little friend here, which has shulker boxes upon shulker boxes of Wither Skeleton skulls. So I mean, these three right here is a shulker box full of beacons, another shulker box full of beacons, another one, and if I were to put these into a shulker box, it would be, what is that, like 4 shulker boxes, 5 shulker boxes of beacons? The issue that comes with that is getting all of the sand for the glass, all of the obsidian, which isn't a problem for me, thankfully, and all of the soul sand, which is why I made that Piglin Barding farm, because it made obsidian and soul sand, but it wasn't enough obsidian, which is why I built the crazy obsidian farm, which blew up. So yeah, I think that is everything in my world, at least for now. I mean, I did a lot. I have some screenshots here. I guess I'll just throw in at the end of me literally farming Wither Skeleton skulls on a plane ride to North Carolina, which shows how dedicated I was to doing this. So yeah, I have a couple screenshots of me doing that, which was ridiculous. Here's a screenshot of everything I would have needed for the end project, which is ridiculous. As you can see at the top there, it says November 9th, 2021, so that's when I started actually thinking about this as being a reality, which it never was. It never was a reality. It was never going to be a reality because it was so ridiculously absurd. But yeah, it was a cool idea. It was a cool thought. The 300,000 pieces of glass would have just been too much for me to gather. Unless I built a sand farm, which I know I would have ended up doing eventually. So I think that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this hatched together world tour of all the things that I have done so far, and wish that I had actually recorded well and edited. But I'm excited to be back, and I hope you guys are... I hope that the 3 of you that watch this video are excited to see what I do in this world from now on. Because I know I am, so that's all that really matters. Okay, bye.